everything here is immediately followed by sarcastic comments and nasty responses.
Yep, we're finally where we belong.
Don't think we don't know how to weed them out.
Put a ticket in, make her gay. Put a ticket in, make her name it gay.
All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
That's all, brother. I had it.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
Very good. Well, if you can't get out of it, get into it.
Welcome to Inside the Badger Den with the Angry Badger and Mr.Techrat. And Erwin and the Gooch and Film Comics Explained. I gotta redo that.
Tickles.
Hi, everyone. Holy hell, 38 episodes. The most I've ever showed up to work on time and even early and heteronormative. Hi, John. Speaking of early and heteronormative, hi, buddy.
Pick him up and parade him about and say, look, everyone, we've got a dwarf.
Lion King. I will take him to Pride Rock and show him to the people. Much like you, Erwin. Hi.
DEI shield. DEI shield. We just start hitting people with them.
How are you, sir? Sorry, Rat. Just for visual purposes.
I'm sorry. I need to be on my best behavior. I like to talk about how we're professional movie critics now. We have an actual movie critic here. So, guys, chat best behavior.
Special. Yeah. In fact, Gooch, Rat, Erwin, Badger, whatever my name is, you know what it is. Nyat from Film Comics Explained. By all means, welcome, brother. First,
thank you. Such a pleasure to be here.
Amongst us peasants.
I didn't say that.
No.
It was implied.
No. Welcome, dude. It's been with you on a couple streams. Been a pleasure every time. Haven't really heard you speak more than 30 seconds because we all talk over you, and I'm sorry. But other than that, it's been great.
Mute.
It's been fantastic. Thanks for having me on. I've been encouraged by you and Gooch seeing how amazing your intros are. I've got to cut something together for my next live podcast.
Erwin has impressive intros. Gooch has impressive intros. I did mine in Canva. It's basic B, but hey.
Anyone can do this.
It does the trick.
It does the trick, yeah. And then you pay the money to get duty-free music, and then you get claimed anyway. It's really funny how this works.
Yes.
What are you going to do?
I'll buy the bowling pins.
I don't monetize the stream anyway. Yeah, me too, Mom. He said yes. It's only a 1 million+ channel.
Hey, Mama Badger.
We're asking it. Yeah, has Mama Badger DM'd you yet?
Yeah, she had to have.
No, but she said hello in chat a few times, which has been really lovely.
So yeah, she'll DM you after this, then probably.
It'll happen. It'll happen for sure.
Stop resisting.
No, let's for real. Erwin, how are you? Everything good tonight? You've been watching Seinfeld?
I was a little disappointed with some Die Hard 2. I'm gonna say it, but we'll save that. We'll save
it for tomorrow.
Disappointing everyone as usual tomorrow.
Nope.
It was pretty weak sauce, but after seeing Beetlejuice, honestly, it was nice.
You know what? I'm on that train.
You're on the Die Hard 2 train.
Memories
with Erwin. Erwin's like pulling the horn. He's just like, yeah, let's go. Get on board.
Gatekeeper style.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Shut up!
Rat, how are you doing? How do you feel about Die Hard 2?
Wait!
I don't.
I'm fresh and clean. Manscaped? What
you want Manscaped now? After the disbursement of my favorite Christmas airport movie?
Nat's a professional. I bet he knows Manscaped. Hey, Nat, hook Gooch up with your Manscaped guy. Thank you.
I've actually done a couple of sponsorships with Manscaped. They're amazing.
I knew it!
Hashtag
in all seriousness.
It's in the name.
Can you maybe if Gooch, maybe a representative? I feel like the name.
It started as a joke.
Fake it till you make it.
I'm here for it. Let's go.
I can send him an email if you're being serious. Like,
I was on the page to apply for it, and I had my finger on the trigger, but I didn't want to apply for it in Badger's name and deal with all
not
that.
Me.
So
this is
you were gonna get it. Tomahawk.
If someone does,
Badger's side piece up in here. Tomahawk dropping a 50
for 50. dear God,
I'm
man.
getting the money.
I don't care about oxygen. I need boobies, nothing more.
I'll send you things from Amazon, honey. Don't worry, you'll get yours. Tomahawk for
Space
50.
Dandy.
Sonyat, what is the proper way to watch the Riddick series? And at what point do you play Escape from Butcher Bay? Escape from Butcher Bay, one of the best game adaptations from a movie universe ever. Thank you. I hope.
I'd say so too. I'd probably play the game first, watch Pitch
It's
Black.
a prequel, right? Shows how he gets to shine.
Correct, yeah. Although the
Boobas?
I think the movie sort of
Boobas?
contradicts some of the explanations that are given in the game. But play the game first, watch Pitch Black, then watch the Chronicles of Riddick, and then watch Riddick, and you'll be really happy.
I love, by the way, the Chronicles of Riddick movie. Unironically, I think they're great. The "You Keep What You Kill" is one of the greatest endings. The director's cut.
You're gonna see someone's boobas in one of those, right?
There's tits in them. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Famous woman's though, right? When she's like in the bathroom. Was it Katie Sackhoff or whatever?
No, Tandy Newton? Do you see her a little bit naked?
Yeah.
My buddy likes them, and I remember one part.
A couple different movies, and there's nudity in like 2 of them, I think. Good morning, everyone.
Beats Die Hard too.
Yeah. Just I guess maybe for anyone who doesn't know him, you just want to tell everyone just ever so quickly about your channel.
Absolutely. So I run a channel called Film Comics Explained, and I do movie breakdowns, reviews, and the occasional lore video. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
There you go. And then you've recently gotten into live streaming. How do you liking that?
I'm loving it. It's another dimension I've been looking for. Because most of my stuff is scripted. I've spent like a couple of days to a week or two writing it, and I much prefer the freeform layout, and also the additional benefit of having a panel. Everything's organic, spontaneous.
Yes.
And you get to meet some amazing people. So yeah, I'm digging it.
If this was stand-up comedian, like if stand-up comedy, which there's a lot of comparables, chat and streaming is crowd work.
Absolutely.
And
I have a Seinfeld.
You don't.
I have a Seinfeld question. Can I please? When Kramer, and for some reason only Kramer, when he walks into the apartment, everyone cheers. Is it because of him like bursting in, or does everyone cheer because he's like the Urkel like fan favorite?
Yes, to both of those, I believe.
Kramer.
Yes to both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because like if George walks in, people don't clap. When Kramer comes in, that first time, everyone's like, woohoo!
It's the flamboyance, and it's well,
I feel represented by Kramer.
Do I want to read that one? You got a super chat.
I did. We got a super chat from a very generous member of the chat for some sort of pesos, some California money, I believe.
Yeah.
Almost $7. He couldn't quite make it. That's all right. 69.9.
Oh, I hear he's an ass man.
Scooby-Doo name.
It's in the name.
Promo code Gooch.
Manscape. It's in the name.
Legit, fake it till you make it, guys. It works. It works. Send emails. Badger, next week going on open bar for like the 4th time because sending emails.
This coming Thursday will be my 4th time on the open bar. Yes,
but amazing.
Fake it till you make it.
You don't know the half of it yet. Having someone with over 1 million subs on your channel when you have under 7,000 is amazing, and getting on a channel that has like 2 million subs when you had under 1,200 is amazing. It's baffling, but hey, here we are, and I for one can't wait to get a bunch of free Manscaped stuff from Gooch. Right, buddy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's get into.
Maybe you could do
topics.
a stream. Yes.
Oh my god, yeah.
A manscaping stream, or this stream, or a manscaping stream.
No, just go through some of the events of the week, and by that I mean all of them, and see how much we get through. Because it was a hilariously fun week for a lot of different reasons. One of which was the cope that plenty of people liked Dustborn, even though less than 100 people played it. It's just been drowned out by a tidal wave of hate.
You counted on 2 hands.
We all played this, right? Hypnotic, has he played this yet? I think we're still waiting for him to play this, right? ABF.
Yes.
Tipped him over. He said he's a man of his word. He'll play it.
Shadow being of his word.
We had a lot of game companies going out of business. And I can't wait to hear the future games coming out of Red Thread Games over here. And yeah, do you game much beyond movie games, tie-in? What's your poison?
Time, yeah, when I have time, I'll play the occasional game. But I haven't really lately. I'm definitely not playing Dustborn.
Sucks when you work.
Chrono Trigger, Arkham City. That's what I'm playing next. That's what a lot of people are just going back to the goodies. Oldies but goodies.
Just finishing Arkham Asylum, and then I'm going to Arkham City.
Why are we all going back to the Arkhamverse?
For me, chat voted for that, so
yeah, but
their will shall be done.
Why?
But they're great games.
They're great games. You know what else may not be a great game, but they're starting to understand what we're asking about? Right. It's not hard. Well, it might be hard if you play as her character, but I mean, it's not hard to give gamers what they want.
My buddy still plays this, and when I was over there, he was still playing before we watched the movie, and he spawned into like the main world like hub, and as soon as he spawned in, I saw it out booty, and I was like, that's the new one, isn't it? Yes. And then I could not stop staring at the booty. Yes, sorry.
It's about 263, so a lot more than anything Concord for sure, and anything Dustborn. Obviously, very different type of games, very different markets.
The grind and drop rates were atrocious, but apparently they are finally starting to improve them. Like all the new Descendants they released are actually pretty easy to get. But you want like skins and colors and stuff, it's still, they're gouging this. But you just put some big old booties in there, people will pay the price.
Is that Helen Mirren? Right? How have I never noticed that his thumbnail is Helen Mirren?
It changes often. It took me a while. I was like, am I
fucking approve of this one though? I don't care at any age. Right now, would.
Yeah.
She's a fox.
Thank
Always
you.
really.
God, I knew I liked you. Yeah, this explains.
What movie would you recommend be on my watch list for the Helen?
Why is this bitch giving me the 11 numbers? What is this? Did I say something on the stream? He knows.
You're so dumb. It's 12,
number one. I saw it when it rolled over on the time up here on StreamYards, but now we both have to know, John, why? Oh, no, because he did it at 9:11, which would have shown 11:11
on his right. Do you see 11:11 my numbers? Okay. Sorry, you know, like you see numbers, you get weird spiritual shit.
12:12 now. I'm probably about to get abducted.
Now, do you have mental illness, and do you get weird woo-woo feelings when you see certain numbers at significant or irrelevant times?
Occasionally, as we all do.
I know now that's a legit thing, but yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody gets it because it's not the number that matters. It's the little weird tap on the shoulder that makes you look at it for no fucking reason.
I like that.
Yeah, see, I always feel like I see 11:11 when I'm spiritually on course, if that makes any sense.
Sure. Letting you know that your navigation is going the right direction.
Well, when I've summoned the muse and it's pure, as opposed to doing shit for like every time I start maybe getting frustrated and I stop and refocus and realize how fucking lucky and grateful I should be and humble and all that shit. All of a sudden, like Drinker asked me on or some dumb shit like that. So it's like, okay, I'll listen.
Yeah,
you're right. 11, gratitude, humbleness, gratitude, humbleness.
My views are down, but I could do this professionally, and I'm going to be on Drinker's. Poor guy.
That's not true. The channel's dying horrible. I
hate all of you.
Completely irrelevant because streaming's fun.
I hate Gooch most of all. I love Nyat though. Pleasure.
Yeah, how long did it take, if you don't mind me asking? How long you been doing this whole thing for?
7 years.
7 years.
Yeah.
7 years. I'm training to dolphins.
But the content has evolved drastically. Like when I started,
I would imagine, yes.
I was like uploading 5 to 6 minute videos every day, just like basic lore videos and stuff like that, which I wasn't a fan of. But I did this thing where I just asked the audience and the viewers to let me know what they wanted me to cover in the comments. And that helped me grow a significant audience. And after about 4 or 5 years, I was able to transition into the type of content that I preferred doing.
Oh, what a judo move.
Yeah.
Because Erwin maybe had to completely nuke and rebuild to do the things that he wants to do.
Well, tomorrow we will be discussing things. I got a new documentary brewing up.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So don't tell anyone. That's what we'll be discussing because we kind of accidentally hit a goal I did not know was possible. So we'll be discussing that tomorrow.
Hi,
Nadia. Tip my fedora to you. We have a guest here. No one wants to hear about me.
Can't wait to hear what, because it'll slip out some of your movie opinions, and yeah, they'll just have to be like, "What?
Who are you?"
Everyone how much they love me.
Thought Rocky was autistic.
I'll get Rocky out. No, I didn't think. I thought Rocky and his girlfriend were autistic.
Oh yeah, they were both.
You don't even listen.
No,
I know. Sorry,
there's an argument to be made for that, though.
Okay, sure. Nyat, how do you feel about Rambo?
Fucking Chad. Amazing film.
You don't think he's a piece of shit who should have been arrested immediately in the beginning of the movie?
No, he's a bad. He's a bad guy, and I don't like that he's a bad guy. I was like, "Where's my Rocky?" And I forgot that I hit him like way over here sometime earlier. So
I heard it too, Bly, but we got to take that word back. We can't get triggered every time someone says it. Don't worry, Mo. I don't have the clip of you saying, you thought I'd say it, didn't you, sucker? Rent free.
He doesn't have it yet. I could have it uploaded very quickly. So, Mo?
Oh, Erwin, earlier you were asking what movie featuring Helen Mirren should you check out? Watch Caligula. Yeah. That movie is scandalous.
Caligula?
Yeah.
They
Caligula.
Say Caligula for a second?
She
like
was in that?
Like a Caligula B movie?
I don't remember her in that.
Which is mentioned many times in Seinfeld.
Yes.
What, Excalibur in yet? Caligula for sure. What's the one where she's diving?
Oh,
there's like an OG. Not that I've ever seen those on like a MrSkin.com or something like that lists them, but yeah.
Shows his screen accidentally logged into his personal account.
Actually, it's like I'm gonna look up if I can this thing of Liam Neeson talking about the first time he meets her. It's pretty funny. Hold on. Yeah. Anything else besides that one? I'm trying to think. I think those are the only ones.
Well, she's pretty much naked in Caligula, so definitely start with that.
Mm-hmm.
Caligula probably has a lot of boobs in it.
Different movie.
Whatever. I added one of them to the watch list.
I don't know why, but this fucking lives rent free. First of all, I really liked the Graham Norton show or whatever it used to be when they would be like getting drunk, and it's just a fun little thing.
So unprofessional.
Check this out.
Usually, when I introduce the characters,
you
all
this,
know
right?
each other. But now, Tim and I, bit gooseberry because this is, I think, the first time we've ever had this. That you guys, you dated at one point.
Yeah. Helen and I?
Yes.
Oh, yes, darling.
Yes. We didn't date. We lived together.
Wow.
Yeah,
4
that's
years.
we were a serious item for a while. Yeah.
But I remember Kieran Hines and myself, we did this film Excalibur together.
Yeah.
Kieran Hines, who you can now see in The Rings of Power as the fat, evil wizard, if you wanted to see what's happened to his career.
Poor guy.
Pass.
Oh,
bro.
For all of us.
Look who's joined us in the chat.
Yeah, I think that's the Caligula.
So it's Kieran Hines.
Oh snap!
Shout out, Movie Cynic. What's up, bro?
What's up, buddy?
What up, Cynic?
I think everyone is it's like NC-17, I believe. We're talking about Helen Mirren, which led to this Caligula. Yeah, it's about like
it's NC-17.
Yes, it's like it's essentially porn.
It's like 5.3 out of 10 on IMDb.
Being out of the set, this was Ardmore Studios.
Oh, yeah.
Dublin. And Helen had a break. She was filming, but she was in costume. And we were there just visiting. We hadn't started work yet. And the first AD or the second AD said, would you like to meet Helen Mirren? I said, yeah, I'd love to. So she walked from like 100 yards away, dressed as Morgana Le Fay. And Kieran's my oldest friend, and we both went, fuck. So I was smitten. I think Kieran was smitten too. I was certain.
I never knew that. You've never told me that before.
That is a visceral response, man.
He gets the best stories. There's a great one of Russell Crowe and Henry Cavill promoting Superman where Russell Crowe tells a story that he fucking met Henry Cavill when Henry was like in college or whatever, playing soccer, and then like Henry runs up to Russell, who's filming a movie at the time, and like asks him about acting and all that. And then he ends up fucking starring in a movie with synchronicities. Gooch, ask for your goddamn man.
And that's what those 1111s are. Yeah.
So Henry saw 1111 that day.
That brought us together is insane.
Gets me not that, but the whole shit when you think about it.
Get up off your ass, guys. It makes magic.
But there's something really classy about Helen Mirren as much as we
she's
just fun.
Talk about Glenn Powell now.
And she seems
not
yet, boy.
Not yet. Let me finish.
All right.
No, but she's very elegant. Like she's a beautiful lady. Like, I mean, what's not to love about her?
And her eyes, the way she like stares into the camera in films and in interviews, it's just
that's
hoodwinks you. For
sure.
What's the one where she's a teacher?
Strong woman.
What is there one where she's a teacher or a principal?
The Substitute 3.
No.
Okay. That would have been cool. Could you imagine how she hasn't done her her action movie arc yet?
I
don't know. We might want to have to IMDb that one.
Teaching Mrs. Tingle.
Yes, that's one.
Teaching Mrs. Tipple. Oh,
that's a good one. Watch that one actually.
Okay. It's like a serious movie. It's a comedy.
No, it's kind of like just your, that was what, early 2000s. That one. It was like
just before 2000, 1999.
Yeah.
Look, if Glenn Powell plays his cards right, and it certainly seems like he is, this motherfucker could be the next Tom Cruise. I.e., he could be around for a long time, good looking, and making somewhat profitable action movies while not attacking the fans. Presumably, he doesn't attack like psychiatrists or, jump on couches and shit.
Team up with Maglionio or whatever his name is, and then they're gonna go like this, do the bro thing, and oh my god, yes, take my money.
Yeah, how do you feel about this guy?
I love Glenn Powell. He's a legend. I feel like Tom Cruise transferred some of his essence to him during the filming of Top Gun Maverick.
Scientology ritual.
Maybe. But yeah, he's cool. He's dedicated to his craft. He doesn't antagonize the fans. He just wants to please us. What more could you ask for?
Yeah, and
he
I
ain't
think
stealing my charisma.
I love you, Fat Lava, but I believe this is a little unfair. Now, if you were talking about Pedro Pascal, who I believe is a complete and utter himbo, which is why I don't like him as Mr. Fantastic, that's one thing. But I don't think we can call him brain dead. He's got something in there besides rugged good looks and a chiseled chin.
I did watch him. Well, he was in Twisters, and then I watched him in Hitman recently, and I almost put on Anyone But You for one obvious reason.
I did. I already scrolled through it. I did. I'll admit it. I scrolled through it. I got
did you
Netflix.
stop for 38 seconds?
It was on Netflix.
Yeah, exactly.
The shower scene, like, would both of them would.
I did not invent that term, but yes, himbo is the thing, and Pedro is it. Just vapid, empty inside. I love the role. Like, okay, calm down.
Like, if we're playing D&D, Glenn Powell's like +4 on the charisma roll, and maybe 2 if we're being nice for Pedro.
He's no Sam Worthington, is what I think might be the accusation or fear from some people. I think there's something here, and the sad thing is, I think there's something to Sam Worthington. It just really has to be in the right role. Jake Sully, like, basically, he just has that one role. I don't know. How do you feel about Sam Worthington?
Him and I went to the same acting school in Sydney.
Fuckers all know each other.
So while I was studying there, he was blowing up. Like, he was in the Wrath of the Titans, McCheese, Terminator Salvation, and Avatar within like a 2-year period. So we all sort of looked up to him, but then his career went nowhere, and he's not a very good actor. I think when filming Terminator, or just before filming Terminator, he was asked to put on an American accent, and he's like, "No, I can't do it. I'm just going to stick to my usual accent," which is the opposite of what actors are supposed to do. Like, you're supposed to commit to a role. The role isn't you. You've got to transform to become the actor or the character.
Yeah, and Marcus played Marcus. He played Sam. Played Sam, though he plays Sam.
He played himself.
Yeah. Man on a Ledge. There's a couple other movies. Yeah.
If it weren't for Avatar, he'd be broke. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I believe that. And I think it's also one of those things of like, I don't know, was he a nice dude? Because he seems like he's a nice dude. And sometimes nice dudes can carry on like that, even if they're not particularly the greatest thespian.
Mm. He did a fantastic Macbeth. Speaking of thespians, like, he was great in a Australian adaptation of Macbeth. He should have just stuck to the classical stuff.
Notice he didn't say he was a nice guy when I asked, so that means he's horrible. And
I don't think he is.
User. No,
he seems very abrasive in his interviews and stuff.
Oh, see, I don't watch those interviews, so that interesting. There you go.
I'm not a big fan of his. He's pretty bland to me.
I'm a Hayden Christensen kind of guy.
Hey,
don't you
watch
dare!
It.
He's like he'd be a guy in Expendables.
By an
He would
Australian
be
and a Puerto Rican, a Swarthy and an Australian. It ain't good.
No, to
like
me,
it.
he's the guy that's in Expendables, and you know he's gonna die. So like, I'm like, okay, yeah, he's there.
Like the
all right,
black guy in Black Elf in Rings of Power.
I maintain that if he had not been, if Terminator Salvation had just been what it was without the Marcus character, people would criticize that movie far less. Far less.
Agreed.
But what if it was an anime?
Honestly, wouldn't. But that's what I thought. By the way, originally Terminator was, for some reason, I thought it was an anime version of the story, like the first 2 movies or something, just all done in anime. I didn't realize
anime. It takes place in Tokyo. It's an anime adventure.
Clearly, it is.
It takes place in Tokyo.
Now, War of Real Hero, we found out, is not an anime. That
not in
doesn't
Tokyo.
Count. Right. One of the things we've been having a lot of fun doing lately is watching some of these old fight scenes that no one apparently remembers existed. Just want to play a couple. This is not.
No, go back. I want to see the Psylocke butt first before we come.
But that's not this one. That's
good?
another one. That's a second one. This is when he fights Predator. We didn't. I did a video on this. That's why it comes up.
If I'm a good boy and I don't interrupt too much, can we watch the Psylocke butt just like briefly later after this?
Bubby, if you're a good boy and you get to it, it's like 3 fucking episodes from now, 3 tabs from now. We can get there. We just need to watch this first little thing right here. Okay?
Awesome. I'm gonna get my beer and I'm gonna be a good boy.
Get your
I swear,
beer.
Dad.
All right. So proud of him. He's growing so fast. About as hot as fucking South Columbia over here. Jesus. You seen these before, Gooch?
no.
So obviously here, so we can talk over it. Obviously, it's the same dude who does the Wonder Woman one. He also fights Batman in one. This is all superpower beatdown. Yeah, have you seen these before?
Never.
Oh my god.
What the?
I can't believe they've never seen this.
We all come from different parts of the internet, man.
It's like Christmas.
Did I miss any butts?
Yes, the Predator's ass was pretty good.
Okay, rewind it. Please rewind it.
Money, please.
Bro, the costume is perfect.
It really is.
I do like that Wolverine's wearing the John Byrne fit as well.
Yeah. And it's just spandex, basically.
Dude. It was at that moment he knew he had bucked up.
Yeah, I want this comic.
Yes, there is. Fucking cheater.
If you're a good boy, maybe we can watch a later movie thing. After Psylocke that.
Yeah. He did the thing.
He did the thing.
Badger Crouch.
I love that he can actually move. He's not in a leather jumpsuit.
This is a fan film, right?
Yes.
Yeah, this is what we could have if people cared about the things they made.
If they hired people that actually liked the stuff they were making.
No way.
He puts his face.
Damn. I thought Beast was ugly.
I just want to say, remember, we've seen in both Predator movies, they have to do significant triage on themselves when they get hurt, including screaming when they suture themselves up or cauterize their amputated arms.
Yeah, they don't regenerate or anything, right? They're just
Yeah,
like
that's
technology and invisibility cloak.
Well, read that comic.
I'm working on it. Halfway through Tokyo Ghoul and then Spawn. And then me and Gooch are going to talk about Spawn every stream.
Yes.
It's just been revoked.
Medic.
Bruh.
Give him a minute.
Oh, give him a minute.
Nuke. Yes.
It's the only thing he's missing is the laughing.
Toma.
And he did the jump from Predator.
Speaking of evangelism, that's some
I can't believe
Warhammer.
they did this.
fan
Like,
film, I believe.
who does this?
This is Aaron Schloshky, I believe is how you say his name.
Bat
It's
in
from
the Sun,
Superpowered
right?
Beatdown. Bat in the Sun, Superpowered Beatdown. Yeah. Really talented filmmakers. I met him a couple of times at the Comic Cons when I was working. See, and they all do them based on fan rating. Don't worry, we get to the Booba one in
Okay,
just a couple of them.
but seriously, everyone, do yourself a favor and go look them up because
Yeah,
there
Bat in
are
the
a
Sun.
lot.
There's some couple of Batman fan films where Kevin Porter, I believe, plays the Batman. They're good. They're good. But I don't think they're still doing shit. That's the thing.
I don't care about oxygen. I need boobies, nothing more.
Didn't they actually get Jason David Frank to do Ranger one?
Yes, so he's got a couple of them. There's a couple of Green Rangers versus the things, and yeah, we might get to them. We still got to go through ever so quickly some things, or we could just go straight to it. I don't know, whatever.
Did you guys ever watch
to go through the will of the Force?
Did you ever watch the Pete Holmes Batman sketches? He also did like some X-Men ones and some other stuff too. Oh, his Batman is like back in the college humor days, and then he had his own
I'll have to
YouTube.
check that one out. Cynic.
Oh, talk about
I
like
watched
some
this,
fan
by the way.
stuff.
I watched the 4th episode. It wasn't that bad. It was pretty forgettable, but it wasn't that bad.
Really? It was.
Don't build a custom to.
Did not enjoy it.
Before we talk about one fuckery, let's talk about this fuckery. Was it just a pain in the ass? And what kind? Did you get a standing one or one of those ones that like elevates and shit?
I love my desk.
It
It's
also
probably
depends on
my
how
best purchase.
mechanically you inclined and or how easy the instructions are.
I have so much spaces for my Rockies. I got spaces for my spiked baseball bats.
Yes, Niat. He thinks that Adrian and Rocky are artistic.
Yeah.
And then he.
I mean, Rocky might be slightly autistic if we're being honest, but
I like turtles. So
It's all right, Gooch. It's because it's like, and then Erwin learned about traumatic brain injury that he's punch drunk.
Turns out we're even more diverse. We got mentally handicapped people with us too.
Sounds like my girlfriend trying on lingerie. You'll get pics when it's done. I'm sorry.
You point at me when you say that, Erwin. Like...
Hey, you see my hunting knife?
When you walk around, do you just like bounce a rubber ball everywhere you go and just?
Yeah, I got you. You
Like
don't
you're
know about
freaking
ADD? Maybe you should bounce
jumping
a ball,
jacks.
motherfucker. You be bouncing the ball off the wall.
Let's talk about like mobster, like gangster loan shark dudes, like exploiting Rockies. All right, Mo, we won't play the clip. You're lucky.
I would explain it.
You survived this stream.
Yeah. Be careful, buddy. Be careful. Yeah. Do you? Like all
that's
the
right.
Rocky movies?
Yes, impressions. Yes.
What?
Yeah, what just
Sunday night? Can't wait for it.
Oh.
Impressions.
Which ones?
Cynic does them. You do them. Sammy does them.
Oh, for fuck! Because there's
It's
nothing
gonna go
better
down.
than
It has
you
to go
guys
down. It has-
competing for
It
impressions.
has to go down. It has to.
Quite
go
a
down.
good slow impression. Damn. Oh, thanks, movie set.
You're gonna have Grumpy Badger on that stream.
I'm sick. I don't feel good.
I will drive
He's
down.
got a
there,
headache.
Grab you.
Niat, do you like the Rocky movies?
I love the first three.
You love the first three.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
Acceptable.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I sort of like the Rambo one for the get knocked down not the song, but no matter how hard you get hit, get back up. That whole thing, that's a pretty good like motivational speech. But yeah, you're right. The whole movie though we see like Tyson, these other people coming out for like championship fights. It's like, that's sort of what that last Rocky one. Well,
Seinfeld reference.
Which one?
I'm not helping him move. Oh no, it's not. I'm not taking him to the airport.
Oh yeah, I think both. He asked you to move.
He did ask him. Yeah.
Asked me to move already. I would, if Gooch or Erwin or you asked me to move, I would help you move.
Oh, you have helped me move plenty of times.
I know. I would complain the entire time though. That's my right. Just like it was my right to complain about this. Yeah, I don't know. It was funny as fuck when we got to the very diverse elves. Very with the like, wow, we just went for it. That was
killed
really
the
funny.
black one off first.
The Ints moved suspiciously quick for Ints.
Did look decent. Will you admit CG does look decent for the Ints, regardless
much
how
money.
Int like they may or may not have been allegedly.
For that much money, you're damn well better. Sorry, Nia,
agreed.
you're not torturing yourself with this, right?
So dark though.
Well, I was on BSOP on Monday, and they were covering this for the first hour, and I hadn't seen season 1 or the first few episodes of season 2. And then I was on Echo the next day, and he told me they were going to be covering Rings of Power. So I made an effort to watch the first 3 episodes before that, at least. And my God, like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Anti-fan fiction. Like, it's one of the worst things I've ever seen.
I know. I actually watched it. But if you could believe me, this shit is worse than the first season.
I had a few things. Like I could find some nice things to say about the first season. All of those are gone.
Dude, and they called everyone like Nazis basically when they complained, and they did the ultimate thing that they all do. They all think they can write a better story. They all think they know better. They all put modern, the way we would treat people.
Alyssa Mercante assured me episode 4 was totally Tolkien though.
Sheer fucking hubris.
And like us, she's a professional critic, so
I don't know.
They don't have the experience or skill that Tolkien had. Like, he was a professor of literature at Oxford. He'd been through World War. He dedicated pretty much his entire life to crafting Middle Earth and all of its like side stories. So for someone to say that they can capture his essence in like 2 years, it's fucking hubris for sure.
Well, and also that's the fun thing. Gooch, go ahead. You're going to say it, right? Go ahead, say it.
No, he was actually in the trenches. Like, he's experienced death and trauma and like life. So like, and it's the same with what's his name? Cthulhu writer. Why can I not think of his name?
H.P. Lovecraft.
H.P. Lovecraft, yes. In and out of insane asylums, and going through like a lot of traumatic experiences.
Oh, little lithium never hurt anyone.
People with life experiences, they went through shit.
Yes,
right.
I mean, the most these writers have experienced is like micro transgressions. Like, that's the only conflict they understand.
Yeah, they didn't put an extra espresso in my latte. Like,
I was gonna say, I was gonna make an oat milk joke.
Yeah, it's
pumpkin spice.
They're entitled, and they're spoiled rotten, and they have no idea how to write anything nowadays, and they especially don't know how to finish anything. Like, there's some, like I mentioned this the other day. There's some good work that starts off great, but it's the second and third act, especially the third act, that just plummets, and you're just like, what the fuck is this garbage?
I think the issue is, even if we were to win right now, and every single DEI initiative and if all the requirements were taken out and it was just the people left, guess what? It would be left with a bunch of people who, as you just said, have no life experience, don't know how to write anything but what they know, and what they know are pronouns and the shit they've been pushing. If they can't do that, I don't know what they would be able to write. And this goes for every single franchise, from The Witcher to this to all of them.
Badger, every person that I've interviewed, and you can, if you're a member on my channel, you can watch the interviews. Every person that has written a comic or a book, they've all experienced, and you know what they've experienced? Poverty. That's like a huge percentage of people where they experience some awful things, and they experience like not having the luxury of television or food on the table every night. So they J.K. Rowling, another one. Like they had a vision and they went for it.
Yeah,
hard work. They didn't care what hurdles they had to go over. They went for it. People, these freaking privileged kids that are writing nowadays.
By the way, say, because as you mentioned her, Mama Joe, if you're ever going to write anything, dear God, do what that woman did and write a fucking world universe lore Bible. Even if it's about characters that you're never going to see, just have all the shit there so it all makes sense.
Can I fanboy for a second real quick? I just want to mention, as someone who has appreciated watching someone put in the work to get what they want, can we give a shout out to Badger for today putting out his 1000th video?
I thought you were going to say for Niat, who's
Well
yeah,
done.
it's not. Thanks.
Yeah, good job for breaking 1 million. Yeah,
we're almost at 7,000 subs, so keep those coming. And
1,000 videos in under a year is not bad, but it's 3 a day, so it's sort of cheating.
2 weeks from today will be our, if my math is correct, probably not be our 100th stream on my channel. So
what an epic stream that is going to be.
And like this is my job now.
Yeah, December 8th will be 1 year.
Make it.
Oh,
ABF.
Okay.
Speaking of it being my job now, and fake until you make it. ABF helps a lot for that.
ABF, who employs us all and who almost never shows up on Fridays. I think he showed up at the very end through Twitter, and I was like, we were already closing out, so I apologize for that. Hello.
There was a firefight!
Oh, what an absolute massacre.
What a monster.
And all you greats in chat, you've been put on notice. Any of you survivors, we will be cleaning up the battlefield shortly.
What?
We're coming.
Oh, shit.
Fire!
I'm going to watch that movie after this.
So good.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's a fantastic day in the life of Tread. I think it can be.
Yeah. And that's how I saw it. Talk about a TV show needing to be made. If you were going to make TV shows and just every episode be a banger like that with an overall narrative,
I don't think you can.
I don't think you can either. But if I'm having my fantasy life, that's what I want.
Wasn't Garland supposed to make a TV show at some stage? He was in the works.
I believe what happened was like that streaming boom where everyone was getting fucking TV shows, and then it maybe transitioned into being movies, and then sometimes it was the reverse of that. Like the Kenobi thing was going to be a movie, and then they put it into a TV show. I don't know.
Sure. What I love is that the producers were trying to push Urban to take off his mask, or his helmet, sorry, and Urban had said, "No, I've read the comics. He doesn't do that. We never see his face." So
yeah, because it's not allowed. Yeah, it's not.
It's what it takes is actors with clout. I mean,
Boba Fett,
Tamora. Yeah, and even now we see him complaining about it after the fact about how he didn't want to have as many lines of dialogue, and he tried to give them to other actors, and eventually Jon Favreau basically said, "We should just say the fucking lines." And
they used him.
We got they
used him
100%. They used fucking Boba for all the riz from him to give to the Mandalorian. They took a lot of the story that probably was all just going to be a Boba Fett movie, and then it got turned into the Mandalorian. Yeah, then they used him for the show, which turned into a Fennec Shan, or however her name is, Ming-Na Wen, who didn't even use her blaster. The one time I thought she was going to use her blaster, she pulled a knife out of the butt of the gun and threw it.
And let us not forget, if Mandalorian Grogu breaks $1 billion, Badger has to get an Ahsoka tattoo. It's canon. It's a anchor event. We cannot change this. It has to happen.
I don't see it making $1 billion.
It's not going to, but I'm going to do everything I can to make sure it does.
to be fair, the original thing was Rossi, my short king, said that if the Filoni-verse saved the Star Wars, and saved was defined as a return to profitability and overall not negative word of mouth, I'd get whatever fuck tattoo he wanted. And that ain't gonna happen. And then if you want to go basic bitch and say $1 billion, ain't gonna get $1 billion. For Mandalorian and the Green Fucker, no. Niat, do you think it's gonna get? Is this a fool's errand of mine? Am I about to get tattooed?
No.
Short
Well,
man.
its viewership has dropped off. They
so
had
I
no
gave
idea
it
what
to
they were
begin.
doing. Like, it's a show about a bounty hunter that doesn't do any bounty hunting. Like,
oh, sorry. I meant like the movie, right? So the show it dropped off, right? So you mean the movie?
Yeah. So I mean, the movie's
right.
not going to do well. I think it'll be lucky to make 600 million.
I agree.
If
I
that,
agree with that.
Because where we ended it was them in a fucking little hut together, being happy dappy for the rest of their lives.
Well, the question is, and I've said this before, like, who's their audience? Like, they've shunned away the loyal fanatics. They don't care for any of the shit that were there from the beginning, and now you have this garbage they're putting out. And like, I ask kids like at the school that I work at, like, do you watch Star? And they go, no. Who watches that? And like every kid, they don't even care for it.
Please ask them about the Minecraft movie. I need to know what the kids think about.
Oh, which by the way, I got unclaimed.
I will actually.
They took away their copyright claim. I know. I was taken aback. That was exactly what I went.
They've heard of you.
I don't know why they
you
did
made
that.
it, Badger.
I don't know. So we can play that later if we want, but I will skip ahead just because Gooch was asking who the hell is watching it. The same people that tried to get Nerdrotic and RK Outpost and Geeks and Gamers canceled. That's who's been watching it. The Star Wars Explained people. Didn't work out for them, by the way. These are the people that's watching it. The ones that Star Wars Theory is talking about. The ones that when their shit was canceled, they did the following, which, all against terms of service, but they're
where
allowed.
are they? Where are they for like the Marvels? Where are they for the movies that are being put out? Like, they don't show up.
No. Gooch, that's the fun part. They did show up. That's how little of them there are. Doesn't that fill you with like a little warm feeling?
Am I a modern audience?
Yeah.
Well, they do this thing every time where they're like, "This isn't made for you. Don't watch it." And then when you don't watch it, they're like, why did nobody watch it? It's like, well, it's
straight
not made
white
for
guys.
us.
This movie isn't made for you.
Did you hear
Why
they
aren't
just
straight
did that
white
about
guys watching this
Minecraft?
movie?
And
yes, they did.
You brought it up a few weeks ago when you said Marvel. They came out and said, "Oh, they're fired a bunch of people and they're gonna,
Well, Chris Gore said that.
Do the things." And what did
Friend
they
of the show?
This show's not made for you.
Yes,
what they said this week, and it's just like,
and as Rat points out, they said about
Disney
Minecraft.
does Disney things.
Agatha's going to be a queer musical, guys.
Yeah,
there are dozens of us, dozens. If we were in a locked box, we could breathe for days for sure, but eventually the carbon would build up. By the way, that didn't work. Yeah,
the Marvels failed, and they were saying it's because men didn't show up. What was ironic is I read somewhere that 60% of the audiences were white men for the Marvels. So it's like, where were the women?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw a big breakdown on all of them, like all the failures recently, and all of them, more guys see them. Who would have freaking thought?
Another short king of the Fellowship, Quarter Black Garrett. He's shorter than me. I can call him a short king. Star Wars Acolyte failed, obviously. Doctor Who failed. Star Trek, Indiana. I mean, the Rings of Power. I'll say the list goes on. What else we adding? What else
we need?
What's
we
left?
need to add the clip of the Joker of "You get what you fucking deserve."
Yeah,
so we could have played it right there because you get what you fucking deserve. And man, Outlaws looks like it didn't sell too well, and they got AC Shadows coming next. That should be fun. Gamergate 2 still in full swing. Woke Hollywood's still giving us lots of stuff to point and laugh
Skeleton Crew.
Oh,
that's
going to be fun.
I will play this instead of "You Get What You Fucking Deserve."
Don't use that tone to me. What tone? That sarcastic, contemptuous tone that means you know everything because you're a man and I know nothing because I'm a woman.
You're not a woman.
Oh, you bastard.
I don't know. I just never get tired of seeing that clip. Yeah, have you ever seen Birdcage?
Yeah. Yes. I love everything that Robin Williams is in.
That is the correct Fucking, you trying to be best friends with all of us? Because that's how you
We
be
just-
best friends.
Did we just become best friends?
I don't know, bro. You want to do karate in the garage?
I removed it from my IMDb watch list because I'm too uncomfortable in my sexuality.
Oh,
Bitch.
check it out, dude.
If chat forces me to, I will. But first, Hypno needs to play Dustborn. I said it. All right, Concord. He can't play Concord. That's for sure.
We're gonna talk about this, and we're gonna look at the booty and booba from that trailer that you like. I know. I promise. This shutting down surprised me just as much as us winning with the Helldivers linking thing so quickly. Like, I think the last video I did about it, I was like, the next time we probably talk about Concord, it's going to be to announce that it went free to play or maybe shutting down. And I said that joking as fuck. Nope. Shutting down. And it's the full refunds for every version. In fact, when I was in GameStop the other day looking for my crippling McFarlane addiction, I heard a guy asking, so what happens if I bought a physical copy of it? I almost said something. What happens if I buy a physical copy of it from here in GameStop? How do I get my refund? The guy's like, I don't know. You're gonna have to submit a thing to the.
That's
like,
what I
GameStop
said.
doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
Okay, so they don't, because that's what I
No.
wondered. Because they're like, ask the place you bought it what their return policy was, and I'm like, that doesn't sound like you're getting a refund.
GameStop was like, ask those motherfuckers. I don't know what is happening. Yeah,
Apparently-
you know you don't have any time, but like, did you ever get a chance to mess around and see how bad it was?
Outlaws or Dustborn?
Oh, sorry, Concord, the Concord that shut down. this one.
No, not yet.
Yeah,
I value my time
God.
too
No.
much to do things like this.
That a boy.
Yeah, that's actually quite smart. Yes, I also did not do this. Not because I value my time. I was just too done with other video games.
Badger, it's been demanded that you read this post, and it is quite accurate. And just like all the woke McKinsey shit, a lot of the reason why they go all this DI to expand their audience is because all these marketing people lied to them and told them that, oh, half of gamers are women, but they're playing like phone games on their smartphone.
Didn't Capcom prove 80% of console gamers are men? The biggest ethnicity was Asian men, then white men. LGBT plus was less than 10% of gamers. 63% of phone gamers are women. First, don't you have phones? And then, yeah, the ethnicity being Asian, they consider Asians white adjacent. So, but yeah, I did.
And,
they did do that.
mobile gaming also quite popular in Asia.
Well, since
Yeah,
I'm
it's just all these marketing lies. Well, expand your audience, but it turns out it's actually get woke, go broke.
Sorry, John. I don't know what it is. When I have extra guests on, I forget to read chat as much as I should. It's hard.
You get them all flustered.
It's the holy trinity of keeping your eye on chat, doing the tabs you want to do, making sure that we're asking Niat questions and he gets to talk more than he did on any other stream because there's no drunken Leons here. This is a really good one.
I'm going to keep being good until we see side like button, and I'm going to interrupt Niat every time. Show the side like button. Quick.
Say the reverse of that, and that would make sense.
You know what I mean.
I know.
Yes.
So, same people, same Wolverine, same, you know what it is.
Show it. Pause on it. Oh, Lord, have mercy.
He's in Indiana. You'll have to forgive him.
We're called Hoosiers. Thank you very much.
Now, I'll just say, I sort of want this from my X-Men. I don't mind a little thirsty Wolverine getting some on the side with Psylocke and the danger. By the way, I believe a significant amount of the X-Men are all fucking each other in the danger room. That's
Dude, it's like the Olympics, like whatever the village is with all the contestant Olympic village. It's the Olympic. They're all just pounds
naked, greased up.
It's a school, like college, like
on their cardboard beds with no air conditioning.
Oh.
Danger room this morning.
Don't worry, darling. We'll tussle later.
Yes, and he gets a little
Magic
cross
Mike.
thrust, and she does a little spin. Oh.
Okay. Kurt, how many times have I told you not to do that?
I'm taking everyone's lunch orders. What can I get you, my friend?
After that last smell of brimstone, I've lost my appetite.
Call him a gamer word.
Okay.
Bundle of sticks.
Welcome back from the Orient. I'm glad to see you're all right. Honey, you're more persistent than a woodpecker at 5 in the morning.
Shit, the only thing we'll be banging at 5 in the morning is going to be the headboard.
Now,
I love him.
I love Channing Tatum as much as the next guy. And I love his explanation that he grew up in the South and his shit's supposed to be intelligible and that's how people sound. This is how I want my Gambit to sound. Just like this dude.
Agree.
Same thing with Rogue. Same thing with Rogue. In fact, let me just do another.
I think his build, the lankier, a little skinnier, I think fits the what you normally.
Yeah, Channing Tatum's a little thick, as Gooch likes to say.
Okay. Yeah, which makes like the big purple chest piece like
Welcome
stick
back
out,
from
kind of
glory.
weird.
I'm glad to see you're all right. Honey, you're more persistent than a woodpecker at 5 in the morning.
Shit, the only thing we'll be
I like
banging
her.
at 5 in the morning going to be the headboard.
Honey, tell Remy he's playing solitaire tonight.
Come on.
I like a rogue that's not trailer trash.
I like the cake on Rogue.
Gee, let me give you a hand.
Oh.
Her brother's definitely in jail though.
I missed you, Logan.
Man, she's so hot, and like she's like the third hottest one in this.
She's a cosplayer. I can't remember her name.
It's a trap.
You mean Jean Grey or the chick?
You just got a pretty mouth.
The Jean Grey actress.
Oh, Famke Janssen.
No, in
Oh,
this.
yeah,
in
she's
this
a
one?
cosplayer.
What was her name? Yeah,
Every time.
Christ.
That's the last time you pull that
The
crap
actual
forth. Oh, snap. Look at
Yeah, I like
here.
this actual Deadpool.
Damn, Logan, you just got Deadpool. Oh. I can't kill you, but you, I can gut. But you look so darn cute here. See, we got you. Hey, I just bought that. Oh.
I like to see a comic of Deadpool
You two,
doing punked,
outside.
where he punks a bunch of other superheroes and absolutely
Would.
like destroys their life in the process.
Would?
Sorry.
What?
Well, obviously.
Now, Deadpool, I'm keeping this.
Please don't judge me by what's on there. Could you give it back? Maybe, you know what? Just keep it.
What?
Well, obviously.
She's in college for sure.
Hey! I wouldn't go in there. Cyclops is pissed.
Hey, Disney wanted Bo DeMeo to have her make plasmoids in the sky doing gang signs and flipping off the bird. Doesn't that sound cool? Shame he didn't do it.
I go where I want to go.
Qualine, do you want cheese on your chili dog? Huh?
Gene said you needed
Muscles.
me.
I mean, I feel like I know
More
that
muscles.
guy.
I don't care
He
for
looks-
the Cyclops. It kind of looks.
He looks like the ginger guy from like the Star Wars game and stuff. Colin Monahan.
Cameron Monaghan?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
That's the
I
vibe.
thought it looks
get.
like the guy who plays Quicksilver.
Oh yeah, a
think it
little.
was
It
Vaughn.
looks more like him than he does Cameron.
Yeah.
It looks like the what's his name from SNL that does the soccer coach and the and that TV show on. I think it's on Apple.
Jason Sudeikis?
Yeah, Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd still take it over.
I got
anything.
closer.
Yeah, I like they made the belt not look
Oh!
entirely stupid.
John Winslow. He looks exactly like Kripke.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Themyscira? So this island's filled with big-breasted women, huh?
Just focus on the mission, Logan.
But we always stop before we
What,
see
are you gonna stop
them.
being such a dick? Oops.
Well, I'm not going to blue ball everyone. We'll watch it.
There's Cyclops doing missions. No sense of humor. What a dick.
So is this like a Marvel DC crossover?
No, this is just fans who were like they took they make these movies and they took fan voting on who you wanted to see fight each other because nerds would always be like, "Oh, fucking Wolverine would totally beat Wonder Woman," and then based on fan voting, the outcome. But yeah, like it's fan funded. Yeah, I don't think. So weird how they're able to make money, but they can't make money. I don't know the legalities how it all works. Power of many.
I can support this kind of DEI diversity.
Yes, this is allowable.
We're all fine with lesbians as long as they are hot.
No one is allowed in Themyscira unannounced, especially men.
Look, babe, stay out of the way. You won't get hurt.
Leave now or die.
All
you
right,
think-
let's play a game called Just the Tip.
Think Themyscirans boycott J.K. Rowling? Or do you think they stand with her?
I mean, the effects.
mean, it's no the acolyte fight scene, but
it's okay. It's okay.
Hopefully she kills Jackie next.
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
Your Honor, bitch is asking for it.
Looking at you, acolyte.
Like Rings of Power, dude. This season's been so dark.
It's been lackluster too.
Some
like
of the
the
CG
fight scenes.
Oh yeah, and then some of the CG will look good, but it's so dark you can't even see it.
Would you believe that there's like 35 of these videos?
35.
Yeah,
They
I
made
was
a bunch
looking
of
through the IMDb to see who's who.
Did they crowdfund for a lot of these?
I have an indestructible
Yeah.
skeleton, and I heal real fast.
Dude, Nightwing versus Gambit.
Ooh.
Yep.
I mean, not counting the amount of money that would be spent on the actors, the effects alone would cost quite a bit. So I'm surprised they made 35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they found profitability. John, you can look it up and drop a link. You are the mod. You should drop that Discord link.
John, I put it in the Discord.
You kids in your Discord.
Yeah. And so we point out that is actually how the original version of this ended because fans voted for Wonder Woman to win. But then they do an alternate version just because everyone knows Wolverine might probably survive this in comics or,
Yeah, he'd tear her ass apart.
Yeah.
Literally.
Based.
Hail from that.
By the way, this is like, I'm completely fine with Wonder Woman looking like this and sounding like this.
Well, at least you can understand what she's saying.
Yes. Kal-El, no. Yeah.
And this actress was Russian, apparently.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Korosh me, comrade. Death by snoo.
It's gonna give her the hot liquid stabby.
Uh-huh. Like a little...
I like the way you die. Oh. Never be half
that's a
a
nice
man.
touch. That's a great touch.
Oh, damn it.
I'm just curious, like, what studio they're using to do all this. Like,
bro, this is them in like a warehouse with just they've got a bunch of behind the scenes. Here, I'll look in a second, get the link. But yeah, no, they are pretty. Here, this is just for this video, and then you guys can check it out from there. But yeah, very impressive. All the things they've done. Met the guy; he was super cool. How we doing? We're at an hour. Does anyone need to go? How we feeling? Nyat, you good?
I'm feeling good, dude. I've been doing 2-3 hour podcasts, so.
Oh my god! Well, we won't be going that long. If anything, we'll just go to maybe another hour. I don't know. We'll see. Erwin, how you doing?
Another hour? Jesus Christ! Yeah, I'll probably be eating something here soon on stream for everyone's enjoyment.
Good. Make sure you do it loud.
Any of you guys seen Viva La Dirt League? Their channel,
No.
Epic and PC Man and stuff. That's another one where they've done a lot of crowdfunding, and some of the stuff they made is really good. And they crowdfunded to do a movie, Balin's Route. That is. I mean, a lot of their stuff is really professional and really good, but the writing was really good. Everything, they freaking nailed it. Yeah, Balin's Route, and yeah, it's the fans making stuff.
Mr. Kuwaiti, Mr. Too early. Hey, shout out. Did you wake up early? What's up, R2? Ack. How are we feeling about this then? Want to scream and cry or just let it happen? I hear if you release and don't tense up, it'll be all right.
So is this going to be done by Warner Brothers?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like Ian
Andy
McKellen. Andy Serkis is a great actor and a decent director. So who knows? We'll have to wait and see.
They also asked Orlando Bloom to come back as well.
Oh, well, I was gonna say it's funny you mentioned that because yes, I did my due diligence. There it is. There it is. Yes, he also. Well, actually, what it sounds like is he asked Andy, and Andy was like, "Well, Bly is the one actually. Shout out Bly who explained it. Because I haven't read the books, obviously, I've just watched the movies, extended cut multiple times. That when Frodo is given the ring and told, keep it secret, keep it safe, and then Gandalf leaves to Gondor and all those things to study. That's like many years, not weeks to months, as the movie depicts it. And so in those intervening years, he has Aragorn and others hunting for the creature Gollum, as he says, "I hunted for the creature Gollum," not the John Campea version. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be. It would be that. It means it's like an off sentence that they're going to get 3 movies out of, or 2. I don't know. They say 1, but you know how they do it.
I thought you read Lord of the Rings.
No.
Huh.
No.
Okay.
No, in fact, I think I specifically gave it to the rodent to say, like, go ahead and read it, and then if you think it's worth, I mean, obviously it'd be worth it, but like, how was the flow of that version?
I think I might like life achievement one up you and try to read
there
it before
first,
you.
baby girl. Yeah, do it.
Fake fans confirmed. I've read them. They were great. I can't believe you guys. Fake fan.
Have you really?
You can't read.
I just can't.
Yeah,
imagine
dude. I read things. One of the first things I made was I wrote some books and stuff. Yeah, I read.
I've read them, but like I read them when I was a young kid.
lad.
My dad,
A young gooch.
my dad threw it literally threw it on my bed and said, "If you're going to read something, read this." And he threw The Hobbit, and then he gave me The Lord of the Rings and The Two Towers, and all like
nice.
Good dad.
I read them in middle school, but it's been some time. Might have to read them in the Silmarillion before I do some coverage on Rings of Power, just to familiarize myself.
This just falls into the lack of time. Like I got the whole lot of books and comics and all of them. It's like, oh god, I got to read all of them. Good problem to have, though.
I'm just I'm over it, to be honest.
Don't let it kill your soul. You're over like
it's like Lord of the Rings has a special place in my heart. Like I love the movies, and I remember like some parts of the books. I remember like loving the books, but it's like it's flooding the market, and it's everywhere. I just don't care for it.
Well, it's like Star Wars, man. You got to disassociate the now from then.
Yeah.
Try. Don't forget the alt-right part. Forget about the alt-right part. They always got to throw that one in. I don't know. It's fun. Speaking of grifting, this has to be a grift if you're going to do this the way they're doing it. Which one sounds worse, Josh Brolin, Matthew McConaughey, or Ewan McGregor? Because I keep switching how I feel between these 3.
Josh Brolin
sounds worse.
Yeah, he's way too old for this.
Thank you. That was my big thing. If the whole thing that everyone kept saying is Henry can't come back because he's too old for this, why the hell are we casting everyone else in their late 40s?
Yeah.
Do you think Ryan Gosling would be a good Green Lantern?
I mean,
maybe
getting up there too, but yeah, I do think he'd be a good one. I'm a fan of Ryan Gosling though, so
I just could see him because like Green Lantern does have a lot of humor to him. So I think he could pull it off.
Yeah. Did you like Blade Runner 2049 at all? Like, even if you don't like it as a sequel, did you like it as a movie?
I actually liked it.
I liked it. Okay, wait, Nia, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I liked it. Denis Villeneuve is a fantastic director. The story may have been lacking, but from a production perspective, I thought it was beautiful. And the performances were amazing. Probably one of Ryan Gosling's best performances too, I think. Yeah. Really subtle, very restrained.
I like this. Yeah, Hypnotic Use Grift. It's super effective. Pokemon. I miss playing Pokemon. Again, easy $1 billion. Just make a Pokemon MMO.
I was just thinking about that. I have to legally use the copies of my physical games to play it on my emulator because I miss playing some of those games. Something simple but so vast.
Yeah. I mean, slavery of animals, but and having them fight. But it was partnership. They were all partners.
They lived a great life inside of that confined space.
Very best. No one ever was. our good friend Deadpoolio has played this, says it was in fact 10 hours, but he loved it. Said it felt like a 2010 shooter, which was fine by him. Played it all the way through. He's currently leveling up classes. I mean, he's a masochist, but he's not that type of masochist. And he's a huge fucker. The man can't even do anything without saying like for the Emperor or some dumb shit. So he loves Warhammer. And if he's happy, that basically makes me feel confident about probably purchasing this game. But I ideally would wait until maybe a little bit of a discount. But I don't know, because this is supposed to be the game that's going to get me into Warhammer. Now, this is probably a huge mistake because this game will be great, but the lore is currently being butchered. And that Henry Cavill show is probably not going to happen. Actually, Nia, have you heard anything about that? I mean, I have. I'm just wondering if you've heard the same.
I haven't heard any update on that. I do know that they wanted to make female space marines, and they sort of just ended up doing custodes, and all of that is all of that is just pretty much in the future. If they do an adaptation, whether live action or animated, they can just say, well, look, yeah, we've got women in the lore. So they're preemptively adding this now.
Yeah. So, well, what we originally heard was that apparently, yes, Amazon wanted female space marines, and Games Workshop was like, "Oh, we can't make that. We can't make that happen, but we can." And the settling was on female custodes. And then it was pointed out that obviously Warhammer is a miniature game, and the point of this is to have lore to enhance their miniatures, and female custodes did not come in. So it was just done as a preemptive, so that when Henry goes, there's no female custodes, they can go look. And then, yeah, like you said, it's there it is. We've gotten them. It's the Tithes animation show from Warhammer, their website. Yep, sounds exactly like you would imagine she does. And yeah, this is so the last thing I've heard about the show is they have until the end of September to announce that it's been greenlit and start hiring people, and or it's going to be done, and we haven't heard anything. I know we still have a couple more weeks, but it seems like with this shit, I just don't think. Do you think Henry will do this? He'll risk it?
I think he'll only sign on if they're gonna, because of his experiences with The Witcher, he doesn't want to go through that again. So I think he'll only sign on if they're going to be faithful to the miniature games and to the lore.
The source material, yeah.
Source material matters, right? Well, what I had heard is that if you've seen just from reading all of it looks like he maybe announced that a little soon. And even though he has like an executive producer credit, we see that maybe, what does that translate to as far as clout of what he can't do? And since he said he's been wanting this since he was a kid, that he's had this series in his head since he was a kid, I can't imagine he's going to let this obvious modern, and it's being roasted, by the way. That's probably going to be the story for tomorrow. But whoever's left over there at Warhammer, they're not taking this lightly, because the Warhammer people, it's just like the Star Wars fans, that the new tourist fans that came out were like, no, there's always been lesbian force witches, and you know, the retroactive ones that edit the Wikipedias like 0.3 seconds after something has come out.
Well, Rings of Power, allegedly, the people who started trying to make it actually were trying to make something good, and then they all kind of got eventually gone. So, decent chance that might happen.
Well, Rings of Power got rid of their Tolkien expert.
Yes,
correct. Bringing up issues
before it even started. And I'm sure Gooch will be back. But either way, we got to, because it does go into it. Bo, who is the guy from The Witcher? Actually, I want to talk about that for a second. Remember, we heard that a writer from The Witcher, had come out and said that, oh, they hate the source material, they hate the books, they hate Henry, they mail and pale, stale the whole thing, and they do everything they can to move away from that, and that Henry is the one fighting them, and they've called him toxic and difficult, and taken him to HR, and all these things, and then other people were saying that if Henry hadn't have left in the third season, they were going to try to get him fired anyway, because they push against the corruption of this dumb shit. But the pushing of all of this that ruined narratives. Just in time, Gooch.
Yes, I could hear you.
Oh, good. I heard. The Gooch is ever present and ever listening.
Yes.
Niad, if you ever you hear that small voice telling you right from wrong, I know you think it's a soul or Jiminy Cricket. It is, in fact, your Gooch. Speaks to you, binds the galaxy together. Okay. So Bo came from that Witcher, that environment of people hating the source material, and anyone that tries to push against it or defend the fans or defend the source material is toxica, difficult. And well, we got those original separated without any word of why. No, I wouldn't classify it as a firing. We just a separation, and then his name was taken off of the second season. And then when we had him on and we were talking, I was like, "Damn, this motherfucker really knows his shit." Seems like
he is a nerd. He is a legit
and
nerd.
as he was talking about the characters and the amount of respect he had for all of them, and one thing that surprised all of us is like Cyclops, who is sort of boring to a lot of people, and you would expect, especially in today's climate, to not get the love because Male and Pale is stale. He got like some of the best character arcs in the whole damn show, some of the best acting and drawing and all of it, and that was all Bo. And so when we were coming up in our minds, having talked to the few things we knew that like Disney didn't like that he was getting credit, and we're talking like, man, that's a guy that loves this. I bet you they wanted him to do all the things they do in every other show, and he fought them. And now he's being, and when he came out and said it's a hit campaign, and then we saw the same things they did to Gina and others. And now he's come out with the list that, yeah, he was on his OnlyFans, but whatever, Variety paid for it. Now it's a lawsuit. So we see the receipts are coming, but they're coming in the form of a lawsuit. But we got a teaser for him. Yeah, did you watch X-Men 97 at all?
As a result of your coverage on Diabolical Souls Presents, watched you guys covering it, talking very highly of it. I saw the Bo DeMeo interview and was like, all right, I got to check this out. And I was blown away by that show. Really surprised me.
Well, there you go. Good.
But that show was a passion project.
100% a passion project.
It like when we got to talk to him and he just geeked out with us, and like he was bringing up stuff from the comics that you wouldn't hear from a writer nowadays. I was just like blown away. I'm like, holy, this guy knows his X-Men. Like he loves X-Men. And I was like thrilled to hear like a writer talk about the beauty of Chris Claremont's work. First of all, like I even asked him the question, did you even like get a chance to, you know, talk to him and use him as a reference and get ideas and everything? And he says, I would have loved to, but they were so anti a lore, and they refused to even let. He had to hide his posters on the wall and everything. Like they didn't
asked
want
him
anything.
how he snuck in.
Yeah, and
which he did sneak in.
Yeah, and then the part where he mentioned I forget where I was going with that. Where he was talking about the lore, the reference of Chris Claremont and everything, and then. Yeah, he had to fake, like say, like he had to fake everything, and I was just like, oh my god, like that's great. And then of course he followed it up with saying like, but even if I had the chance to talk with Chris Claremont, he laid it out perfectly. Like, it was like all there. He could pull whatever he wanted and translate it the way he wanted it into the animation. So, and had a little conversation with him and been keeping in touch with him, and he's doing well. So
developing situation, to be sure.
Some things might happen soon. And
he needs a safe space so he can tell his story, Gooch.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably not just his OnlyFans.
May be coming back. Yes.
No safer space than between those legs and thighs, and the heaven below and beneath. One of those things is, though, the great part about the original X-Men and 97, thankfully that he concluded, is it's based on actual storylines. And Disney alleged, I like in every single one of these they put DeMeo alleges. So DeMeo alleges that he fought Marvel executives over his desire to adapt storylines from previously published X-Men comic book runs rather than create brand new stories for the show as they desired, and he was called uncollaborative, too difficult, and too much of a fanboy. Boy, does that sound like what they said about Henry. They openly resented me for fighting for the fans.
Yeah, sounds pretty problematic to me.
I mean, it's par for the course when it comes to Marvel. Everything they tend to be adapting. Whenever they hire a showrunner a director, they literally advise them not to read the source material, which begs the question: what's the point of doing an adaptation?
Yeah,
and
they say. No, continue. What's the point of doing?
What's the point of doing an adaptation if you're not going to be inspired by the amazing works that paved the way for you to be in this position in the first place?
That's the problem. They don't find the original works inspiring, and they're not really trying to adapt that. It's the same thing when they get Star Wars or whatever. It's like, oh, people like this, so now we've got it, and now we're going to change it into something completely different.
Quick question, and Nia, you might be able to answer this. Who's they? Because we asked Bo, but like he couldn't really.
I mean, I think I know who they is, but yeah, let's see who Niat says.
But like, who is exactly they?
I just think it's the executives, the executive producers, Disney presidents. I mean, with Star Wars and Lucasfilm, it's Kathleen Kennedy in particular. When it comes to Marvel, it's a bit more ambiguous. But yeah, it's the heads at Disney. They have a particular ideological vision for what they want to do with the franchises that they bought, which are very antithetical to what made them a success in the first place. Yeah.
Rat, you were going to say something?
I did. Did you by chance see this today?
But keep it in this topic because I'm not done.
No, yeah. I mean, well, we don't have to go into it, but speaking of taking source material.
Okay, yeah, no, I don't want to go into it. That's not okay. So going back to who they is, yeah, no, don't traumatize me. I'll bring that up later. They is, it's a lot of theys. It's the people in the writing staff. It's the producers. It's the top up in Star Wars too. Yeah, Kathy's incompetent. She hires the wrong people. It's Dave Filoni and unfortunately Jon Favreau too. And it's Pablo Hidalgo and that goddamn storybook group. That writer's room in Minecraft should be watching that movie. That's the torture I would have for them. No, it's that story group that writes dinosaurs and diversity twice on the goddamn board. They've had a part in every TV show, and then Dave and Polonius.
Here's the thing, though. Like, X-Men is diverse. I mean, Bo wrote a beautiful first season of like explaining the difficulties of being a mutant, and if you like want to like really dig deeper, it's a metaphor of like. The black, the Asians, the BIPOC people.
But this is who they is
in this. So
it's his own writers. It's his own writers.
I know, but I'm saying as Disney, why wouldn't you want to continue that?
Don't think they want that.
It's contradicting what you want to send a message to or send a message out for. Like
they're hypocritical, by the way. If you hadn't noticed, that's the whole point. Is they say one thing while doing. This is what Elon Musk was talking about. There's plenty of people that they act like they're doing good while they're doing evil. This I know it's an artist that says this, but this is what I believe the thought is behind a lot of these people. Repeatedly denounced all men as jerks and accused DeMeo of failing the cause because he kept a male character, Cyclops, as leader of the X-Men. That is not a unique thought to just this writer on this fucking show. It's that thought. It's the George Carlin thing. You don't need a formal conspiracy where interests lie. And all these motherfuckers have the same mind virus. Patriarchy bad. White men bad. Oppression powered.
Tell me why Batman's a fascist.
For fuck, exactly.
But you're creating resentment. It's like they're purposely trying to create like a civil war.
Well, because unfortunately, that's where we get into Go Ahead, or when that's
cultural revolutions is what they're called.
This maybe is when you do start putting on the tinfoil hat, but you say, yes, this is what the Whiskey Echo Foxtrots of the world, the United People Nations thing, and others. I'm trying to get around the AI when they do this, the transcript of this. It behooves them for us to all be at each other's fucking throats and concentrating on Luke Skywalker being a loser than them, putting us in
or saying Batman bugs, or saying Batman doesn't have any female villains yet.
And confusing us and
catalog full
neutering our children and getting us to take jab after jab that maybe lowers the birth rate. I'm just saying, there's a lot of different things that all maybe line up if you pay attention to all that. Niat, do you regret coming on the show yet? I'm sorry, I didn't know he'd wear the hat.
Disavow.
I'll give it a pass for now.
Thank you. Trying to get.
I have a second one. Sometimes I wear two, so I'm only at 50% at the moment. I'm not even at my full power.
Well,
It's because I have
Was
to
that
use a
right?
5G hotspot. So what?
No, he's a man of many hats.
Oh, he is a man of many. He's like that one guy in the town. He's like, oh, you want the sheriff? Sorry. Switches
Well,
out.
I'm curious, Nia, like, because like you're kind of in the kind of the thick of things and like in that kind of the business, right? Like, how difficult is it to, write things and act and do these things like with this kind of pressure to send a message out which you may or may not agree with. Like,
Well, I do know a few actors in Hollywood that are quite successful, and they're a bit more on the workish side, but they all pretty much tell me they get given like a briefing from their agent, which is sent over from the production company that they're working for. So if they're working for on a Marvel film, like one of my friends did, they get told what to say. And if they don't say the specific things that they are told to say, it hurts their chances of getting employment in the industry in the future. And so they all accept it. And then within a few years, they're all brainwashed into thinking that the words that they said were their own original thoughts. Yeah, so it's quite sad.
During sit-down interviews, often they say like these crazy-ass woke-ass things, like some Snow White, oh no, we're not the 1930s anymore, where it's like, I don't think that was even her saying that. I feel like she was told to say that.
I think so too, yeah.
Okay, so...
Weird.
Yeah,
I mean, she's still pretty insufferable, but
yes,
didn't
she
seem
does
like
a
it
lot
was
of the
her
work
original
herself. Yeah.
I just think it's funny that first Bo was part of the Blade movie, that Mahershala movie that's never going to come out, but that the last straw was when he went to the Tyler Perry Studios, and they said, good, we need someone to crack the whip around here. And when he complained about that, I was like, might be a little racist around here. That's when they removed him from everything. And then the timeline proceeds as we saw it. He posted that picture for Gay Pride, and they took his credits off the second one. Yeah.
But isn't that another case of like being too soft about taking a turn of phrase, rule of wrist? I mean, crack the whip. What, just because they were in Alabama or because he's black?
I'm pretty progressive, Rat. I'm friends with many black people. I got my neighbor Jesse here. He's very black. I was sweating. You know what I almost said but didn't? I'm sweating like a fucking slave. Maybe just because it's a turn of phrase doesn't mean I needed to use it. Same thing with crack the whip. A little different than rule of wrist to some dykey bitch in a movie.
Quoted it and said like a slave in Debo's
pigeon coop. I thought of that one too, and I still found it questionable. My little Terminator thought all the things I could have thought. I swear like a slave in Debo's, still was like, nah, not worth it. Just say hello. Just saying.
I think one of the reasons why they're so frustrated with Bo is that he ticks all of the marginalized categories. He's black, he's gay, and they're just frustrated that he doesn't adhere to their memo. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't march to their orders. So he must have been extremely frustrated to work with for them.
Yes, and I believe that like they just wanted someone to roll over. They casted him the way they've done other things and didn't realize they got an actual strong man that knows how to.
He's hard to work with.
He may be flamboyant, lesbian, gay, but boy, does he know his shit. And I'm sure he loved these characters enough to take to, and that's where we got a beautiful season.
So here's my next question for you, Niet. Then, like, do you think the indie scene's gonna rise and slightly take over the Hollywood scene?
It has to, because to begin with, all of these like Star Wars, Marvel, Indiana Jones, what else have we got? Like Rings of Power. All of these productions are bloated. They cost between $200 to $500 million. So these productions need to make at least $1 billion to break even, not to make money, but to break even. So these companies are going to find themselves in a position where they've antagonized the fans to the point that they're not making their money back. You're going to see a lot of low to mid-budget films, $5 to $10 million. I mean, the early 2000s, 90s, we saw a lot of them. Films made for 10, 15, maybe even $20 million that were making 100. And that was enough to not only break even, but to make a significant profit. So, yeah, as these big productions fail, you're going to see a lot of, hopefully, new production companies come in and take advantage of the situation. They're going to tell good stories that aren't ideologically driven. And they will succeed because we've got their back. Like, that's what we want to see in entertainment.
Yeah, because like we like I hate to bring him up, but Weinstein, he rejuvenated Travolta's career.
Rejuvenation.
Yes. Well, like in the 90s there we had like the Pulp Fiction, we had like a lot of like the indie scene, like Tarantino was big. Miramax was like at that time I believe was an indie film studio. It started in the 80s where he was writing, I think one of the first films he wrote was The Burning, horror movie with Jason Alexander in it. So like he kind of evolved into him and his brother made this studio, and they started pumping up these movies and started, I think Kevin, what's his name there with Jay and Silent Bob, they started making all these movies and they were making lots of money, and then Hollywood got their claws in there. I think it's kind of like Gamersgate, right? Gamersgate learned from the mistakes from the first time and they're doing it better the second time around. And that, like, I think with the indie studios, they'll like learn from their mistakes from the 90s and be better this time around. I don't know. Maybe
you're gonna trigger Erwin with Gamergate.
No,
Well, no, I'm
Gamersgate. That's what made me laugh.
So I think.
Sorry, go ahead, Boomer Gooch.
A good contemporary example of companies like Miramax and Weinstein, which have pretty much gone under, have been bought by other production companies, would be like Blumhouse and A24. While their output tends to be a bit hit and miss, I'm covering a new Blumhouse film called Afraid, which is atrocious. Their formula for making films is on the money. Their films cost $5 to $10 million. They just need to make 50 to 60 million to turn a profit. So we're going to see a lot of those companies, as I said. But the concern is always going to be that Disney, Amazon are just going to end up buying the production companies. I mean, Disney bought Lucasfilm, Star Wars, Marvel, and yeah, like we're heading into an area where the big production companies have a monopoly on the industry. Whereas back in the 80s and 90s, you had not thousands, but like hundreds of production companies doing their own thing. So yeah, that's
what we just saw. What we all just saw with the superpower beatdown and the like that level of like fighting with fan made. That's what we just should probably go back to.
Well, Francis Ford Coppola apparently has spent about $120 million on Megalopolis, coming out shortly, and its estimated opening is $5 million, I think, domestically.
And Kevin Costner, which rat ruined or wasted a couple hours of his life watching that Horizon American Saga.
3 hours gone.
Rough.
3.
You know what I would have preferred to watch? Blue-Eyed Samurai.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Here. Well, I'll give this to Erwin. There, just him and I. There you go. That's just a cleanse before we get out of here. We'll talk about Beetlejuice just for a second. I saw it. But before we do that, I will give you this cleanse. That's what Kay Vess should have looked like. Yeah, well, she can be woke if she
it takes
wants.
away
A different planet.
Yeah, but nope. There you go. That's what you get. I know. Yeah, Beetlejuice. I'm not going to ruin it because Niat's going to go see it.
My condolences.
You can talk about it. If you,
I was just saying, not nearly as offensive as anything you would expect. I have no problem with any of the acting or anything in it. It's just I think it just needs a nip and a tuck, if you know what I'm saying. A little
maybe
bloated.
Story, maybe some good characters, maybe caring about anything.
I cared about the characters and story far more than I did about anything recently. I like Jenna Ortega. I liked her character. I liked the mom and daughter relationship. It was good. You don't care? No?
She's a little confusing. Like she says things and then she kind of backtracks a little bit.
Yeah, based woke.
I mean, she wants to work.
Yeah. But hearing Nia explain about, you can't go too far because then you're not going to get any work. So,
well, you're either going to be ostracized or, be labeled toxic and difficult to work with.
By the way,
having your own opinion. So
Wednesday, when she didn't want to do a line because she said the character wouldn't, what did the writers fucking say she was? Difficult.
Sure.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Joaquin Phoenix has got him rewriting Joker Folia 2, which is going to be a hot mess.
Which one of us is biting the bullet and watching that?
I don't know.
No,
Whoever
thank
the
you.
craziest one
No.
is, because they purposely
Not
made
it.
it written by crazy people. Genius
Sick
idea.
bastards.
I can't do
One of you-
musicals. My religion forbids me.
Rat, go do it. Take the
Why
hit.
do I draw the short one?
Even
you like
ABF said no, and he literally gets off on torturing us with bad entertainment.
I'll do it, and I won't even ask for money.
Money, please. I throw money at you in due time. It's always in quarters, and you always dodge it. But
Just buy the ticket and send me the screenshot of the code, and I'll go watch it. Give you my full-ass review.
Well, here's my next question before we go. Like,
yes,
we've seen them use the name Joker to, make a movie which has no affiliation with any kind of,
as you do,
DC comic
Roadhouse,
as you do,
lore.
Yes.
Do you think they're gonna do like a Batman or Superman and just have do the same thing in the future?
The Penguin.
I
think the Penguin's going to be great.
Yeah, the Penguin's going to be good because.
Yeah, are you looking forward to that at all? Are you not down with the Robert Pattinson? You see a sparkly vampire to you?
He's
I thought the Batman film was okay, and obviously Colin Farrell was phenomenal as the Penguin, but I don't know if there's enough to sustain like an 8-part or 10-part miniseries. I'll have to watch the first episode, of course. I'm not going to write it off before I've seen anything.
I think if this is essentially like a Sopranos gang takeover of the Falcone Empire and establishing himself as the Penguin,
I'm for it.
Rebuilding everything in the wake of the flooding, and Batman is dealing with all the other crime.
I've got a wild
second one.
Shower me with it.
Wild prediction.
The bat shower.
It will be better than Echo. I said it.
Wow.
Hot take.
That's a very hot take.
With you.
Cancel me. I don't care.
I'm going to. All right. We're going to go in this order. Rat, are you going to watch? You take the hit, Joker, too?
Yeah, I mean, I like you said, I am a Joker fan.
You are,
and I do want to see the story continue, but I'm not looking forward to it now.
I mean, okay, thank you, because you might be surprised. Your sacrifice. I feel like we should ordain you with things before we send you off.
More impressed with the fact, like for instance, I know you're not a huge fan of the new Terminator Zero. I enjoyed it, but let me tell you that Blue Eye Samurai to me is way more entertaining.
Okay,
so maybe
give
give it a
watch
shot.
that first episode of Memories.
Oh no, don't.
You said it was good.
Just don't watch things that I like, because you're not going to ever like them, because you're a bit of a contrarian.
Oh boy, how that and you saying that someone had an abrasive personality but it grows on you are two of the most fun things I've ever heard. Niat, what do you got going on besides seeing Beetlejuice?
So I'm working on a video for Afraid, which should be out, I think, on Monday. I'm going to try and do a Beetlejuice video before I leave, and then I'm off for a week, flying and heading to the wedding. So that's pretty much it for me.
Okay. Well, hopefully we'll see you back on one of Gooch's mini streams.
Definitely.
Is that the one where the poster art is like a gift box and they're like emphasizing AI on the word?
It's basically Megan without the social commentary and skill. It's awful. It's awful.
Sounds great.
Just B movie.
Gucci.
My Gucci, I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse.
Oh,
How you
nice.
doing?
That was actually. I'm good.
Fuck. Don't make me do that. Fight movie cynic.
Yes, that has to happen.
Look, real quick, because Sammy and I did the Joker off, and I beat him, and it was embarrassing. And now I can't do Joker because he gets the look in his eyes like I'm kicking a puppy. So if we do any sort of voice off and I win, and I'll win. No, I'm just saying it's gonna be weird, but fine. I'll dance to your tune, Puppet Master.
No. Tomorrow I'll be on, Nerd Wars.
Yeah.
Saturday
morning.
I'll be there.
I don't remember approving that.
Pretty sure you did.
Oh,
did you file the correct paperwork?
I guess
No,
I will.
EPS reports.
I will not be there.
My secretary will get with you.
No, I got plans now.
You'll be there
I
on
got
your
different plans.
Have to.
Sunday night, late night with Gooch, special guest, movie cynic. Maybe someone else. Should be a blast. Then next week, of course, the animation block, and we'll be doing Invincible. Wednesday, we're doing Grave of Fireflies, the Studio Ghibli film that not a lot of people know about, but it's very, very dark and depressing, and it's actually done really well. And then Thursday, we're doing Terminator Episode 2, and then
Boy and the Heron out on Max. You seen Boy and the Heron yet?
Yeah.
Yes, Studio
Probably
Ghibli.
do it this weekend.
Excellent. I stream and occasionally make videos once a week or so. We stream tomorrow. Gooch will be there, assuming he gets the proper paperwork in.
No,
Gooch, Hayden, Wayne, Jeff from Sons and Shadows. We got a whole thing.
Yes.
Maybe. Who knows?
I messaged him today. Sometimes I forget to message my guests.
Well, and speaking of guests, yeah, thank you again, dude. What a pleasure. It's one of the best things about streaming nonstop is you meet some really cool people.
Yeah.
Same to you guys. This has been awesome. It's great to meet you, Techrat, Owen,
You as well.
Legend, Gooch, Badger. You guys are champions. Appreciate you.
I appreciate that.
Legend
yeah.
beats champion. I said it.
Tomorrow, yeah, we'll be on Erwin's channel. Thank God, nothing after that, unless Hypnotic needs an extra. And then Sunday, oh boy, that one's getting big. Obviously, it's the Sunday with Erwin in the morning, and then the Sunday every Sunday now. I'm super looking forward to Late Night with the Gooch. And then Monday we start all over again with Film Threat, 1 o'clock, and then Badger Cast, and then Thursday.
You guys
I'll be on
are like
Open
a
Bar.
syndicated show. You're always on when I turn the TV on.
But you know what? I see people in the chat talking about how much they appreciate it and they like it. They got to do this and this, but at least they got Badgercast, or at least they got whatever the hell we're calling you Nerd Rage. We got to come up with a name for the Sunday show. We'll think about it.
Dr. Leo Nerd. Get out. No, we won't get out. We won't. You deserve it. I mean, get out. Get out! Is it something I said? You've ruined my life! You've ruined my career! You've ruined my book! You've turned a perfectly peaceful house into an insane asylum! Get out!
Daddy! My God, Leo, what's gotten into you?
It was a disaster, Faye!
No, it wasn't. You were wonderful, sweetie. Fine, Dad.
Yeah. Why'd you need to kick Bob out of the house?
You think he's gone? He's not gone! That's the whole point! He's never gone! Is this some radical new therapy? You see?